G'day, welcome back to Camper Trailing with McDaddy and Tubby Tubsta. Today we're just going to install the Raawcon awning conversion, just to make it a little bit easier when we go to a campsite and set up our annexes. So we've opened up the pack. We've got this which will go on top of our centre pole, which with the grand jerk is the number 3 pole. Several different sizes of these end connectors, depending on which pole you go into. Now see side poles, these are our number 2 poles. We've got our original fitting, and what we've decided to do, we can actually put this in here and we will put the Raawcon fitting on here. So we've got best of both worlds, cutting down the prep time. Plus, if this ever breaks for any reason, we can just pull it out and we go back to our original setup. So we'll start putting things together.
So we're drilling a pilot hole 15 millimeters from the end.
Yep.
We've used 2 size drills. One's a pilot hole. Now, the reason we've gone to this size hole as opposed to the method of through drilling it is that we've decided to go with rivets as opposed to going with the bolt. Main reason being is we'd rather have a clean finish on the pole.
Yeah.
The suggested fit was to put a bolt through and then file it down. But we're thinking the option of putting a rivet in is a bit cleaner finish for us. It's up to yourselves what you do.
Right, now we know we've got to do 3 or 4 wraps. Yeah, and that's just to make sure you've got a good fitting there, not a wobbly fitting, and that's in the Raawcon instructions as well.
Fitting that goes into the pole is a generic fitting. There's 2 sizes. Poles come in various sizes. So just to take up a bit of slack in it, we just wrap around the pole, as you can see McDaddy doing here, and then you get a snug fit. Alright, so you can see here we just fit these in to the end, take up the slack with a bit of tape, and from there we're going to make sure it's lined up. We line up the connection here on the pole with the clip facing away from the inside of the canvas. All right, pole number 2.
Probably drill this all at once.
So we're going to drill all the way through.
Sure of that.
Right, now you want to show the viewers what size rivet we're using when you finish there, McDaddy?
One that fits.
One that fits, yeah. Now the first rivet, when you put it in, will go all the way in, and you'll take up the slack when you tighten it. The second rivet, when you put in, may not bottom out straight away, but as you take up the tension on the rivet, it actually will completely seat. So go with our advice if you're using rivets, and make sure that you use a rivet about that size there. Now if you put your thumbnail against it there, Dan, you can get an idea. Okay, and here we go.
Sexy fingers.
Alright, second rivet going in. Okay, if we put this up to the camera, we'll see that is one pole done. So we can see here, nicely riveted. Like so. So as described in the instructions, the suggested fit for these is using the bolt, but we prefer to use the rivets. We'll let you know how that works out.
This is playing really awkward lately. Get yourself a decent rivet at turn.
Yeah, get yourself a decent rivet gun. Well, that's pretty old, that one. How many years old is that? About what, 20 years?
About the same age as you, about 59, isn't it?
That hurts, mate.
I could have said 150.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, and you can see by looking at the completed section that we have not cut the other end off. Just be careful though when you do put it in that the plastic bit going the other end, the plastic fitting fits correctly in. You might find that some of these poles are squared off a little bit with the pressure being put on in manufacture. Just clean up the ends of them if that happens to you, if you want to do it this way. Otherwise, go with the instructions and cut it off. So it isn't broken, don't fix it. Alright, now let's look at the last bit. The last section here fits over that. Now we've just got to measure off. We're just going to mark that. Make sure that you got the Raawcon mount fully seated. Now this is the one we have to ensure that you have placed at 180 degrees. We like to have the product statements facing out because it's the same way the rivet will come out as well. So if you just look at the pole, you can see where the clamp is to lock it in place, and you can see where McDaddy is going to put the actual fitting on the end of it.
I've also got to put some tape on this one as well,
So
because it's different size poles. They do include a sleeve at times, but this sleeve is the same size as our pole. The internals are the smaller ones.
nice pole work there, McDaddy. Very impressed.
I'll snap it.
Yeah, use some scissors to clean the fit.
Should be checking to see exactly how much I need.
Yeah, let's just see if that fits now. I put one more wrap on it.
Yeah,
So I'm paying for the tape, don't worry about it.
Well, that's why I put an extra on.
Mm-hmm.
About time you did.
Yeah. Alright, let's see how that fits on. How's that fit, alright? Maybe one more in.
One more round.
Perfect. So this is the rivet that came with the Raawcon, slightly bigger than the other ones, isn't it?
Yep. You can see there's a slight difference in both dimensions, thickness and the height.
Yep.
So
That's the way.
you can see that's a nice flush finish.
That's what we're going to do, weren't we? We're going to get some lock nut.
Yep. So all we have to do now is bolt these on either side.
Like so.
that.
Just nipped up.
Yeah, that's why we're thinking lock nuts, because we can tension to a stiffness that we want rather than have them come loose every so often.
Imagine standing these out like a bit of a tripod. Now at the top of it where McDaddy's hand is where your centre pole goes back to your annex, and do it one person if you want. It's always good to use a couple of people. Yeah. I don't like working alone, but if you have to, you can.
We'll show you when we come to put the annexes up anyway.
Yeah, we'll do that bit next. And there you go.
So yeah, you've got that pinned up there. That sort of holds a bit rather than just going everywhere.
Yep.
And then you should be able to just bring that over to your next part.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and leave the comments below.